What's up, guys, and welcome back to WTS Sports. We're going to hop right into a Week 2 recap video. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, as Mason said, we're doing our Week 2 recap. Let's jump into our picks for the week, see how we did on our games, which we actually did better than last week. We had a 10-6 record this week. Last week we had an 8-8. It's improvement. We love to see it.
Yep.
I will say, on the wrong games, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that were within, I think, like 2 points.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2 to 4 points, but like
yeah,
very close games. So really, we actually went 14-2 this week. If you want to, I mean,
it would be 14 and wait, it should be 10-6. What the heck? There's 17 games. Or never mind. What am I saying?
Yeah, look at this idiot.
What am I saying?
I don't know.
Gosh, I'm an idiot. You're right.
I remember my first time watching football. Damn, this guy's a dummy. But I mean, yeah, we did good. We take most of it. The right picks. The Cardinals it was a pretty close game. At the end, the Lions was pretty close.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Yeah.
So, we don't have to talk about that at all. Just saying that.
Yeah. Well, we are going to talk about it shortly here because we're looking at our best performances of the week. The Colts come out first. They had a not phenomenal game, but they had a pretty good game. No punts again. Kind of just walking down on the Broncos, who still have a very good defense. Offensively lacking a little bit this year, but defense, they're still pretty good. And Colts, Danny Dimes, best quarterback the Colts have ever seen, I guess.
Yeah, better than Peyton Manning, I guess. Whatever.
Statistically speaking, as of right now, yeah, which is kind of crazy. It's also only 2 games deep.
Yeah.
Then the Lions. I mean, if you watch football, they destroyed the Bears. I don't think we got to get much more into that.
Yeah, we don't got to rub in the salty wound here.
I'll leave the Cowboys and the Giants for last because they got to go together, and there's a little caveat there. But then the Bucks, they killed it. The last 2-minute drive to get back, Baker Mayfield's just doing his own thing again, being the top 5 QB in the league, in my opinion. You could argue for higher, maybe, but
if you watch the replays, you'll see how close the Texans were to ending that drive.
Oh yeah, multiple times.
Yeah, it was incredible.
But Baker's just elite. And then the Packers, obviously, they played the Commanders, who are still a very good team, and kind of just didn't let them do anything.
Yeah,
they won pretty fair and square and showed that they're still good. Micah Parsons has been really good there, so love to see that for him. As a Bears fan, partially hate to see it, but then yeah, I'll cover the Giants and the Cowboys here. Defensively, there was none. Actually, I think on the lines there was some good defense, at least for the Giants. I think the Giants got a few sacks,
and I think they got a pick.
And I think both teams had a pick, actually. But offensively,
they did.
Offensively is where this game matters. It was just slinging the ball. Russ was playing like prime Russ. 450 yards. I think that's a career high for him, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So it was. I mean, it was a good game. It was just back and forth, overtime. I mean, it's a really fun matchup, honestly. So
overtime, Russ tried to do a little too much. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
and he's the pick.
So that's unfortunate. Then I'll let Mason cover the worst performances this week because his team's on here.
Yeah, so obviously you got the Saints because they suck. Okay. Then you got the Bears because they suck. All right. 52 points allowed. 21 points up. I will say the refs sort of bent us over at the end of the first half sequence there. I don't know, Brody, do you know what happened?
Yeah, they stopped the clock when it didn't need to be stopped or something, right?
So, yeah, basically what happened was Lions rookie Tesla had a one-hand grab, but he landed inbounds and was clearly touched down inbounds. So the clock manager kept the clock rolling, and by the time they spiked it, the clock was at 0. But after they reviewed, they saw that the ref on the sideline signaled for the clock manager to stop the clock, even though he was down in bounds. So after review, they said that he was inbounds, but since the ref stopped the clock, it was stopped at 16 seconds, and then it had an automatic 10-second runoff, which put them at 6 seconds, which allowed them to score a touchdown when they wouldn't have had that chance otherwise, which was ridiculous and sort of started the spiral, but it is what it is. We were down 14 instead of 7 at half was what I'm trying to get at, and that's
the difference. That's the big difference.
Well, I mean, you got to think if it felt more in reach, it might have been a different outcome, but it is what it is.
True.
Right? We did stink it up, so it's all right. And then the Raiders, 9 points. I mean, the Chargers are good, but you got to find a way to try to win. The Jets, I mean, Justin Fields went out with a concussion, I think.
Yeah. But
yeah.
That being said, I'm pretty sure up until the fourth quarter, he was like 8 for 11 on pass, or no, I think it was like 6 for 11. It was a bad passing record, and then for 20-some yards. It was a rough game.
Not great. And then the Vikings.
Talk about stinking it up.
Yeah. And J.J. McCarthy went out with an injury. And then the Browns, 41-10. Honestly,
17.
41-17?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. I scored another touchdown in garbage time?
Probably.
Yeah, so I guess the deficit.
Yeah, comment on the Vikings here. On J.J. McCarthy. It seems as though he is a handoff merchant. That's the only.
Yep.
Not only did he have 2 fumbles and a pick, but if you watch that, he was sailing the ball over people. Like, he threw like 10 yards deeper into the hands of the Falcons. It was bad.
Well, I told you, dude. The only reason he looked good is because he played the Bears defense.
Yep. So yeah, and that's gonna reflect in our power rankings here in a minute. But first off, we gotta talk about our current contenders, right? We got 8 teams on here: the Packers, the Rams, not the Chiefs. I'm an idiot. The Eagles and the Bucks from the NFC, right? The 4 best teams in the NFC for sure, at least from their respective divisions.
Division.
You can make an argument that the Seahawks are better than the Rams. But we won't.
I don't know.
I wouldn't make that argument. Not yet. Our offense is shaky. Our run game has been decent though. And then from the AFC, the Chargers, the Ravens, the Bills, and the Colts. Right? You'd expect the Texans to come from that division, but no, we're giving it to the Colts right now because they are on a run.
They're doing pretty well.
And I mean, yeah, almost any of these teams you would say is one of the best in the league right now. And you can make arguments for any of them pretty easily. So we're not going to make the arguments because you can come up with them yourself, and it's not. Yeah, it's a waste of your time to listen to us talk about that. But moving on to our power rankings, right? Big changes this week. Lions move up, Seahawks move up, Bucks move up. Talk about teams that went down. The Jets tanked. Finally, it seemed too good to be true, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But then the Vikings tanked a lot. The Bengals went down 1 despite winning because they have no Burrow now. And that's like their offense. And then the Cardinals as well, they won. They went down because it was a close game against the Panthers. The Steelers are still up at 11. I think that's almost a little too high.
Yeah, I don't know. That is probably too high, but we'll see what they do next week.
Yeah.
Also, now that I'm looking at this again, I don't know why we put the Giants above the Patriots because that doesn't really make any sense. But it is what it is.
Because it's Mr. Unlimited. Okay.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, like our top 5 is the same. We didn't change it. I think that's pretty much where it's at. I saw the NFL put the Eagles at 1. No. Not at all.
The Bills are better.
The Bills and the Ravens are both better. Not only do they have quarterback play, but they're actually scoring. Like the Eagles are Eagles are really good. Don't get me wrong. But the Bills and the Ravens are better. But I think only team you could maybe argue could move up is the Packers. Because they
Yeah.
did play good against the Commanders, which moved down. The Bucks obviously moved up a ton. I think they finished in our top 5 last year, top 7 last year.
Yeah.
I don't really remember exactly where, but they were right up there, and they're back there again because they kind of deserve to be there. But 49ers at 12, I think, is still a little high. They beat the Saints.
Yeah,
we moved them up
if
5.
Brock Purdy misses more time, then they'll start losing. But.
Yeah. And so we'll see. And the Bengals, too. Burrow's out for 3 months. So it's going to be a matter of if they can get a backup QB. Oh, Jake Browning's not bad. It's more so if he can, because he came in, but at the same time, I guess when you get thrown into a game, you're not going to do as good as if you had prep time. So if Jake Browning ends up kind of doing what he did a couple years back, or was that last year?
Yeah,
it was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago, yeah.
And he was a good backup, so hopefully he can come back and do that again. But yeah, we'll see. But then moving on from our power rankings, we got to get to our fantasy predictions, more so my fantasy predictions. And despite getting less than 20 points from the quarterback and the 2 running backs added up, we actually did better than we did last week. Last week we came out with 110. This week 114. And
who's the 17.1 lad?
Yeah. Oh no. Lad McConkey was the 9.8. Keenan Allen was 17.1. Keenan Allen's been really good this year.
Quentin Johnson was 15.9.
Yeah. Quentin Johnson too. He's also for some reason been Calvin Johnson. When you figure out he has hands, it's like whoa.
Yeah, I guess he like grew him off season or something.
Yeah. But then I mean, yeah.
Quentin Johnson's in my league.
Yeah. Pick him up, bro. You might have to. Unfortunately, there were some bad picks. Tyler Warren was a pretty good pick. I think he's pretty good within their offense. He's getting a lot of targets. Cardinals' defense was free. 12 points playing the Panthers. I think within the first quarter, they had a fumble recovery touchdown and an interception. And then the Ravens killed the Browns. So always bet against the Browns and the Panthers is what I'm figuring out for defenses here. And then, I mean, yeah, most of it was pretty good. Our wide receivers on the good options are pretty good. The running backs, not really. The quarterbacks, no. It was, I don't know, it was a weird week. I don't know why Derrick Henry only got 2.3 points. I don't know if he didn't play or if he got hurt or what, but who knows. We're going to do better next week, though. Moving on to something that we're going to hopefully do better next week is our parlay legs, right? I've been kind of making these every week just kind of for fun. And yeah, I didn't do good this week. Keon Coleman, he got like 140 yards last week. Well, he should repeat that. No. Why would he? Why is Josh Allen going to even pass the ball? Who knows? James Conner? No. Come to find out that the Cardinals offense doesn't like to go to their main people. They run with their running back 2 and they pass to their wide receiver 2 more often than they do their ones. Pissed me off watching that game.
Yeah.
I had Marvin Harrison starting in my league, so that's mainly why. Chase Brown, I mean that's partially due to Burrow getting hurt, but he wasn't there either way. Baker Mayfield is free though. I think 1.5 on him is free every week, truthfully. Justin Fields rushing yards, I think he hit that and then he got injured. And Brees Hall should have hit his, but he's just hitting that little smirk. And he's going to do nothing. And Puka was also, I think he had like 20-some points, 27, right?
Yeah.
27. So that was at 13.95. I saw that. I was like, that's really easy. So, I mean, yeah. Not good. This would have made you no money. In fact, it would have lost you money.
This 4 misses and 3 hits is...
Yes, that doesn't win in any regard unless you only took the 3 hits. But we're gonna do better this week, I promise. I'm gonna do some extensive research.
Same thing last week, and
never tail me. That's what I'm trying to say.
Notice one thing that Brody does here. Okay, look at all of his parlays, right? And tell me what he did for every single one of them.
You gotta go higher. Always go higher. Because you always take the lower and then they go higher. That's how it works. They never go high.
Yep, but you seem to take the higher more often than not. They end up going lower.
Sorry, I can't hear you. The money's talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Yeah. Moving on. Video this week. Video on Saturday probably. Maybe Sunday, maybe Friday. Who knows? Probably Saturday. Alvin Kamara. We spawned for him. We got the Saints, and he was the player we landed on. So look out for a video on him. Just, our extended video. We did one on Tyreek Hill last week. Go watch that. It was pretty good.
Yeah, go watch it. It was pretty sick, yeah.
And, finally our awards this week. Best team and the worst team. They played each other, and it shows.
Yep. 31-point difference. That's the largest margin in the league, by the way. So.
Yeah, it was a bad game. Player of the week, though, goes to Baker for sure. It was going to go to Russ, and then they didn't win. And Baker came back with a 2-minute drill, got the win with multiple fourth downs on that drive. I think multiple. I know at least one. And
I know one where Baker almost
somehow
got sacked and then just ran for 20 yards and I don't know.
What a guy. And then Amon-Ra is player of the week. Fantasy-wise, 39 points. I mean, that's almost always going to win you that. And, I think that's the video. So, if you like this, comment, subscribe. It's all free. It helps us.
Yep.
And
just do it, dude.
Exactly, just do it. It doesn't hurt. And we'd appreciate it always if you do. And if you comment, we're going to respond. If you tell us what you want to see, we'll probably do it. I always respond to comments. I see them every one. So I'm always in there responding if I can. So please leave one. And
do it.
Engagement's
good for us.
Exactly.
So we'll take it.
It's good for you too, because you can say you were here early.
Exactly.
You want to add anything else, Mason?
Just do all that for the engagement. Engagement's only good for us and you, because you go and be like, oh, this is my videos, and I get to watch Mason and Brody again, and that's
exactly
my favorite thing to do ever. So
it's my favorite thing to do.
Exactly. So but I think that's pretty much it, Brody.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Yep.
Later.